The power goes out. Your fridge stops humming. Somewhere in your house, a router blinks red, then dies. And right now, on YouTube, someone is trying to sell you a $4,000 box, bolted to the side of your house, to fix this. When a $700 box you can carry in one hand might do the exact same job. So I bought both, and I killed the power on purpose to find out which one actually keeps your house running. There are two ways to keep your house powered when the grid goes down. Option 1 is a whole home standby generator or battery system, hardwired into your electrical panel, usually gas or propane fed, or a large lithium wall battery like a Tesla Powerwall. It switches on automatically and can run your entire house, central AC included. Installed cost is typically between $10,000 and $20,000 for a battery system, or $4,000 to $6,000 for a propane standby generator with professional installation. Option 2 is a portable power station, a battery in a box, no installation, no electrician, no permit. You plug things into it directly. The catch is capacity. Most sit between 700 and 2,000 watt hours, compared to a whole home system's 10 to 40,000 watt hours. On paper, it looks like no contest. But most people don't lose power for a week. They lose it for a few hours or overnight. So the real question isn't which one is more powerful. It's which one is enough. Here's what the spec sheet doesn't tell you. A refrigerator doesn't draw power constantly. It cycles on for a few minutes, then rests. Averaged out, most fridges use under 60 watt hours an hour. A Wi-Fi router uses maybe 10. LED lights, a few each. Added up, and the actual load of keeping your essentials alive during a blackout is a fraction of what people assume. The exception is anything that heats, cools, or pumps water. Central air, an electric water heater, a well pump, these draw hundreds to thousands of watts and will drain a small power station in under an hour. That's the real dividing line. If your outage survival list is fridge, Wi-Fi, lights, phone chargers, and a CPAP machine, you're in portable power station territory. If it includes central AC or a well pump, you're in whole home territory. Most guides don't make this distinction. They just tell you bigger is safer. So I ran the actual scenario. I cut power to one circuit in my house and ran it entirely on a $700, 700 watt-hour power station. Connected, a full-size refrigerator, a Wi-Fi router, 4 LED bulbs, and a phone charger. Runtime before the station hit 0, 11 hours and 20 minutes. Long enough to cover an overnight outage with room to spare. Then I added the one appliance that breaks everything. A small window AC unit. Runtime dropped from 11 hours to 55 minutes. One appliance. That's the whole story of why whole home systems exist. It's not that portable power stations are weak. It's that climate control is enormous compared to everything else in your house combined. Cost per watt hour tells the same story from a different angle. The $700 station works out to roughly $1 per watt hour of storage. The whole home battery system works out to under 50 cents per watt hour once installed. Genuinely better value if you actually need that much capacity. The problem is most households don't. You're not paying for value. You're paying for headroom you may never use. For most homes in most outages, a $700 power station covers what actually matters. Fridge, Wi-Fi, lights, medical devices, phone charging, for 8 to 12 hours which covers the vast majority of real-world outages. You do not need the $4,000 system to keep your food from spoiling overnight. But there are 3 situations where the whole home system earns its price. If you depend on climate control for a medical reason, if you're in a region with outages that regularly run multiple days, or if you have a well pump as your only water source. In those cases, the portable station isn't a backup plan. It's a false sense of security. So the honest answer isn't one size fits all. It's know your actual load before you spend. Most people are being sold headroom they'll never use. A smaller number of people are dangerously underprepared with a power bank that can't touch their real needs. Test your own list before you buy either one. If you want to know exactly how many watt hours your own outage list needs before you buy anything, that's next. A simple way to calculate it in under 2 minutes. Subscribe if you don't want to overspend on the wrong box.